Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Catie McNeil. You've now clicked on the Weather Now link, and let's jump right into it. So not a lot of changes from my last video here. We are under coastal flood warning for the coast of Rhode Island, coast of Connecticut, as well as Narragansett Bay, and this is mainly due to the impacts expected in rising water levels during the Monday afternoon, noontime high tide, where we would see the greatest chance of that coastal flooding risk. There's also a flood watch over large portions of southern New England as well. This includes Providence County, parts of Kent County, and northern Bristol County, as well as Connecticut and Massachusetts for that time period of overnight tonight into Monday. There's also a high wind warning in the areas in red here, where we could see wind gusts as high as 65 miles an hour. So very impactful storm, almost I would say more impactful than the system we had last weekend, where we're expecting impacts from the system overnight throughout the entire night tonight and most of tomorrow as well. So a lot of opportunities for impacts, especially to that morning commute tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at the temperatures right now. We've actually, believe it or not, already reached our overnight low. Temperatures are now starting to increase as we head towards tomorrow morning. We're going to see temperatures in the upper 50s, right around 60 for the entirety of the morning tomorrow into the afternoon, so already pretty mild out there. And let's take a look at the wind gust forecast. As I mentioned, looking at pretty heavy wind gusts up to 65 miles an hour by the afternoon, so going to pick up, already starting to pick up tonight, but going to continue to do so overnight. You can see right around 8 a.m., kind of that time period between 7 and 9 in the morning, we're looking at the height of those wind gusts throughout the entirety of the morning commute, unfortunately, with very heavy rainfall with that as well. As we head towards the afternoon, as this storm starts to move out of the area, at least the rain impacts, still going to see some gusty winds out towards the Cape at this time, but overall conditions are expected to improve as we head towards the evening hours. And with that wind gust forecast, again, kind of where that high wind warning is located, that's where we're expecting the highest wind gusts. And in that red area there, we're expecting to see the most widespread power outages compared to the yellow and green areas here. So keep that in mind. You know, if anyone has generators, charge your phones, keep batteries on standby for flashlights, candles, whatever your normal procedure is for power outages. Be prepared, especially with the sunset so early now, we could have some power outage issues for people heading home from work tomorrow. Let's take a look at the rainfall forecast as well here, where especially in the area of that flood watch, which includes a large part of Rhode Island, parts of Connecticut, we could see up to 4 inches of rain. And again, this is also due to the fact that we're seeing a lot of rain in a lot of hours here between tonight and all of tomorrow, especially with, we're expecting some isolated thunderstorms mixed in within this system. We could see localized higher rainfall totals with that as well. Current satellite and radar, we had some heavier rain moving through earlier this evening. It's kind of been touch and go here in the early hours of this storm, but let's take a look right now just how massive this system is. Still lingering effects down here in the Carolinas, and in just a few hours we're going to be seeing the brunt of the rain and wind from this system, mainly, as I mentioned, affecting our morning commute here in southern New England. So let's take a look overnight tonight, seeing these conditions continuing to play a factor here and becoming more widespread and steady as we head to the overnight, and really a lot of chances here to see that heavy rain. But again, the highest wind gusts we're expecting in the morning, so right around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, looking at some pretty heavy impacts here. You can see some reds, oranges, yellows from this system moving through, and conditions really will stay inclement throughout the entirety of the day here, not looking at the rain moving out of the area until after around 4:30, 5 o'clock here. Still going to have some lingering gusty conditions at this hour, especially out towards the Cape as this continues to move offshore, but the rain, at least at that point, will be done by around 5 o'clock, at least what we're tracking right now. Let's take another look at the forecast for tonight here. We're seeing heavy rain and strong winds. things really picking up into the overnight as we head towards tomorrow morning here for Monday, and that's going to lead way to a really messy commute, especially with the bridge closure. Please allow for extra time to get to work or bring the kids to school, as with the inclement weather conditions on top of it, it's going to create a pretty messy and slow-moving commute tomorrow morning. The afternoon, again, lingering effects into the early afternoon, but after around 4 or 4:30, the rain should begin to really move out of the area. We'll be left with some gusty winds as a result of that moving offshore, but the rain will get a lot better. Conditions will improve greatly right around 5 o'clock, leading way to a much quieter Monday and really the next several days after that. But we got to get through a long stretch here overnight and through the day tomorrow. We'll have updates coming. I'll be here tonight for the 10 and 11 shows. TJ will be in early tomorrow morning with any updates. And as always, you can get your full forecast anytime at WPRI.com.